You have to come with your hair already washed and detangled. This is a regular thing, and I have to say I understand. And in this video, I'll explain. Most videos you see tell you to wet your hair and use conditioner to detangle, but no, baby, no. Your hair is made of 3 bonds: the hydrogen bond, the disulfide bond, and the salt bond. And the salt bond and the hydrogen bond are temporary bonds, and the hydrogen bond is broken by water. So if there are only 3 bonds holding your hair together and one is broken when your hair is wet, then your hair is weakest when wet because the bonds are not together, right? And her hair has multiple hair shaft disorders because this is how she wears her hair primarily. I remember vividly because she was my client a few times and never let me trim her hair ever. And she is in the Air Force because I did hair in Vegas. So Nellis Air Force Base is here. So a lot of my clients were in the Air Force. The majority of them listened to me. This is one that didn't. All right. As we're getting started, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already so you're notified every time we post another video. Okay, let's go. So at this point, her hair has been detoxed. The scalp has been detoxed. The hair shaft has been detoxed. And now I am going to blow out and flat iron her hair. When I was standing behind a chair, and I'm saying because I'm just making sure that I'm careful with my words, but when I was standing behind the chair, I was not just a hairstylist that made your hair cute or a cosmetologist that made your hair cute. No, I was a hair shaft disorder specialist. So scalp disorders and hair shaft disorders have always been my specialty. Yeah, the vanity metric of how cute it looks and stuff was really appealing to people, and that's how I got to over 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. But it's never been about vanity metrics for me. It's always been about the hair shaft and the human scalp because that was my specialty, not making the hair cute, right? So this is why it's so vitally important on my videos now as I go back to explain it. But back then, nobody cared about that. Nobody wanted to hear about it. And to be honest, most still don't want to hear about it now. As you're watching this, if you like it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because it gets this video out to more people. Remember, you have to give the computer a signal that you like this video for you to get notified whenever one is posted. So give this video a thumbs up. It's free, right? So right now I have finished detangling her hair and now I am starting the blowout process. The only thing that is on her hair right now is leave-in conditioner. That is it, and that is all. I see so many times people spray thermal leave-in on hair that's wet. Like you'll take thermal heat protectant and spray it on wet hair. A thermal tool and a blow dryer are very, very different. And your leave-in conditioner is your heat protectant for the blow dryer. Like one of my favorite leave-in conditioners, Kimra, when you go on their website, Kimra's leave-in conditioner has heat protectant for up to 450 degrees. Your blow dryer does not get to 450 degrees. No blow dryer gets to 450 degrees. So depending on your texture, you could go ahead and get away with going ahead and using nothing but leave-in conditioner and flat iron your hair, depending on your texture. These are things that I really need people to understand. So the more products you layer on your hair as you're blowing it out, as you're straightening it, the less likely your hair is going to be flowy and bodyful. But in this case, that was never an option for us. She's still here with us, but she is a really, really, really sweet girl, right? Like never rude or anything like that. But this was not one of my clients that wanted to listen to me. She literally was like, hey, straighten my hair. So this was unfortunately, I don't want to say the majority of my clients, but quite a few of them, because by this time, this was probably like one of the last months that I did hair behind the chair. And at this point, I'm booked up for months in advance. And most of the people who are booking me are coming from like YouTube or wherever, like coming from all over. But again, she was local, right? She was living in Vegas because she's in the Air Force. So it was a repetitive thing. It got so crazy that it went from just being something that my clients would come in talking about on social media to being something that they will all be implementing in their routines and patterns. And then I would get in their hair and like, why are your ends looking like this? Or why is it feeling? It's like, oh, I don't know. That's weird. And then I would ask questions. And then every time I would ask questions, I would always get an answer like apple cider vinegar or sleeping in conditioner. Just so you guys know, in the chat, we are going to do a live little watch party together, because together we are going to watch the person who started the lock method. And it's something that started like 15, like I think the video that we're watching together started, it's like 17 years old, and her products are still in the stores right now, but y'all walk right past them. Like, no, I haven't seen a video in I don't know how long about the products from the person who actually started the lock method, and then everybody just ran with it. But this is something that she also used to do. And for the most part, in her defense, with her being in the Air Force, she can't have her hair touching her shoulders, and her hair always has to be in a ponytail. But I would tell her and my clients like her that we're in the military, there is a specific way that you need to put your hair in a bun, and saturating it with products and wetting it is not it. And unfortunately, this is how she would do her buns. As you can see, when you rewinded to the very beginning of this video, whenever she initially came in, her hair was very, very tangled. It was still wet in a whole lot of places, stretched in some places, not stretched in other places. You can see here on the screen that she doesn't have heat damage. I want to say I did her hair maybe once or twice prior to this video, but as you can see, there's no damage whatsoever. And again, curly hair swells when it is wet, and straight hair swells when it is dry. So most women with naturally curly hair have the illusion that their hair is healthy because it looks swollen and really bodyful and really thick. But the truth of the matter is that does not equate health. Juicy curls does not equal healthy hair. It really doesn't. All right. It just doesn't, because you guys could see at the beginning of this video, like right after her shampoo, her curls were everything, but that's not the case. And even at this point, as we are blow drying her hair, obviously you can't feel it, but I could feel like the different bumps and nodes that were in her hair shaft. I can feel them, and I knew what to feel for, right? In a lot of cosmetologists' defense, if their focus has not been the human scalp, and if their focus was not the hair shaft, then that's not what they're going to know, right? Just because, for example, when it comes to doctors, like if you have your general doctor isn't going to be as well versed as a neurosurgeon, right? Not to say that they're not equally as smart, but a neurosurgeon went deeper into the science, right? Deeper into a certain facet of the human body that others didn't. So OBGYN is not going to sit there and argue with an open heart surgery about the best way for an open heart surgeon to do a certain form of surgery on the heart. Like, it just won't make sense. Like, they wouldn't even really entertain the thought. The heart surgeon wouldn't. So these are things that I really want you to think about, and these are things that I really want us to try to undo moving forward, because again, it's the video that most likely is going to go live today. If today has already passed, then the live that I'm speaking of will be left in the description box below, because I just really want to give you guys a visual representation. Because when we don't have certain forms of accountability, or when we don't have the science, we can't piece things together. Because let's say you are accountable, if you don't understand the science of the human body, you won't be able to make sense of the things that you're being accountable for, right? So this is why it's so important. So again, At this point, the reason, if you are new here to my channel, you probably don't necessarily see me grab the very, very small round brush as much, right? Well, at this point, again, I just wish I had a different type of camera at the time, but I didn't. And I wish that I could have zoomed in just so you could see the differences in length. There were so many like shorter pieces, and because of the type of hair shaft disorder she had, I needed a smaller brush. It's a little hard to explain. In one of the courses that I'm working on right now, I'm going to be teaching different round brushing techniques, so stay tuned for that. But this is why I picked up this brush at the end. And again, because of my patterns and because of my techniques, I do not cause breakage when round brushing her hair. I remember initially when I posted this video, there were grandkids in the comments like, oh, it was probably because of the way that you were brushing her hair. Well, if I was causing the breakage, there would be hair in the brush. Like the way that most of you, after you get done detangling your hair and then you pull out globs of hair, that is not normal. That is never done in the salon. That is not a normal thing. If a cosmetologist is doing that, you should run and never go back. Do you understand? Now, the next thing that I am spraying on is heat protectant. I'm telling y'all, the products are going to be the exact same in every video. They are not going to change. That's another reason why I'm reposting these videos in between my talking head videos, just so you can get a visual representation of what I'm talking about. Whenever people say, oh, well, okay, Sin, am I doing this right? This is how I shampoo. This is what I did for my silk press. I shampooed with this conditioner shampoo, and then I use this other shampoo, and then I use this other shampoo, and then I use this conditioner on the front, and then this conditioner on the back, and then after that, I sprayed down my hair with a leave-in conditioner. I put in a serum, and I sprayed in heat protectant. Then I blow dried, and then after that, I flat ironed, and it was so puffy because you added too many products, because you used too many products, because you put them in order wrong. As you can see, the only thing that I've done so far is detox her hair, detox her scalp, and detox her hair shaft. Remember, I'm a professional cosmetologist. She was booking a full scalp and hair shaft detox, so that's why I did it. You don't detox your scalp and your hair shaft every time you wash your hair. All right, it's not a thing. If you want to know the exact patterns and routines to follow, join the 7-day challenge or binge watch all my videos. All of the playlists are in the description box below. But at this point, I am simply just spraying a heat protectant on every piece of hair, and that's it. So since her shampoo, the only thing that's on her hair is one leave-in conditioner and heat protectant. You see that little spray? 2 sprays. Boom, boom. That's it. And then I'm combing it through with the flat iron and then guiding it down. But we're so scared of combs and brushes. We're so scared of combs and brushes. You not combing your hair is why it's so hard to comb your hair on wash day. It should never be a point in time where you have to detangle your hair for an hour before you wash it. Something's wrong. Something in your patterns and routines are wrong. It should never take that long. And within the 7-day challenge, I take so much pride in the fact that they'll start like, okay, my wash day used to take me 5-6 hours, and just 1.5 of those hours was detangling to, oh, I do my detangling, my shampoo, my condition, and my styling in under an hour. Yeah. Because it can be done. And I need y'all to know that there's some type of mental brainwash, right? Because I have a question for you. If it's necessary for you doing your hair taking you 8 hours, why am I able to do it in a salon in less than an hour? Like an hour 15 is how much it would take me for each client. And this is because I'm really taking my time on the scalp massage. They're sitting under the dryer for 20 minutes, right? So it's not a rhetorical question. In the comments, I need somebody to, why am I able to do it in an hour, but it takes you 8 hours? That's not normal. Doing your hair for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's not normal. Okay, so these are things that I really, really, really want you guys to think about. Ask yourself, why is there one group of women that take them 10, 11 hours to do their hair, and another group it takes them an hour and some change to do it? Now, you do not have to do just a flat iron or a blowout, but curly hair is stretched when it is straightened, and when it comes to naturally straight hair, it is stretched when it is wet. And you are only supposed to cut hair when it is stretched. You are never supposed to cut hair when it is swollen. So this is why on my channel you see women getting their hair straightened, and every time they get their hair straightened, afterwards there's a cut, unless they're a client like her who is literally just sitting in a chair just so I can flat iron her hair because she doesn't want to do it herself, which is fine, right? But one of the main reasons why I left the industry is because I found that the majority were like her. It started off, right, with everybody being like, yeah, I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it. But then it's like, okay, you leave this sitting on your hair and then your ends will be okay. Or the only reason your hair looks like this is because of blow dryers and flat irons and different things like that. So over time, that was the primary source. That was the thing that everyone was doing primarily, right? And again, I'm actually kind of excited to go live, having this little watch party with y'all so we can talk about it, because I really just want y'all to see where the process started, because I think that people are confused. Like when it comes to the lock method and all of this, most people argue about it like it's Bible verse. But when I show y'all the girl who started it, I want to say the video was like 15 years old that we're going to watch together. Yeah, like what are we talking about, guys? What's going on, guys? I don't understand what's going on, guys. But anyway, so at this point, again, as we've been talking, I'm straightening her hair, and you can see at the end there are see-through pieces. There are different forms of hair shaft disorders. Most people would look at videos like the one that I'm gonna leave in the description box just for an example, right? Most people would look at videos like that and be like, oh, well, if it's not a drastically see-through, then that's not a hair shaft disorder. Your hair could be split all the way up almost to the root without there being a difference, right? Or a line in demarcation if all of the hair has the same disorder. The lines of demarcation that you see are when your hair is gradually splitting up, and then you can still see the difference between the healthy hair and the hair that's unhealthy. But if the majority of your hair is unhealthy, then you won't really see too much of a difference, right? So that's the thing. But it's okay, because most of the time you can be under the illusion that your hair is a lot healthier than it really is, especially when you go to a hairstylist, because it is my job to make your hair as presentable as possible. Like, that is my job through any circumstance. I need to get you from point A to point B, right? So those are some of the shorter pieces. Remember when I said I picked up the shorter round brush? There's some way shorter than that, but like closer to the root. But it's something that you wouldn't be able to see. And most people who wear top knots, or most people who wear their hair wet all the time, this is the same exact area that the breakage is in. Your hair will be long everywhere else, but it's thinning throughout the crown, in the middle, or around the edges. And this is why whenever you are wearing your hair in a ponytail the majority of the time, and it's wet and it's full of product, what happens is you make your scalp a breeding ground, a absolute breeding ground for different forms of yeast and bacteria. In the video link in the description box below, I gave you guys a list of all of the different forms of bacteria that live on the scalp, right? And I need you to understand that these forms of bacteria also attack the hair shaft. So on top of you causing different forms of hydro fatigue from wearing your hair wet all the time, or having it in a ponytail all the time, or the tension from having it in a ponytail all the time. These are all things that lend to different hair shaft disorders. So I really encourage you guys to watch the majority of my videos. Look in the description box, right? I have a full playlist, multiple playlists broken down into different areas, so you can really understand what you can and what you should and shouldn't do to your hair, and then you can sit down and just make a decision about what you're gonna do. I couldn't add the time just because of the music that was playing the audio, because of the music that was playing in the background. But before I wrapped it, I asked her if she wanted to trim, and she was like, nope, sure don't. So I just wrapped it in a circle. I went ahead and put her under the dryer to try to, keep her hair as smooth as possible, keep the ends and the splits as smooth as possible until it wasn't smooth no more. And so this is how it turned out. She was satisfied with it, and I was always very honest and transparent with my clients, but at the end of the day, it's their head and they're gonna do what they want to do. But this was the reality of the end of my career, and it was either like this or like, oh well, let's just put it in a weave and then later on. So that was one of many reasons, but I just decided, okay, I can help a little more. I know I can help way more from another angle. So yeah, tonight we are going to go over how the lock method started, either tonight or my next live. The link will be in the description, right? We're going to go over where the lock method came from, how we're at the place that we're at now, and what you can do to fix it, right? And then I'm also going to put the spotlight on a bunch of my 7-day challenge members, because listen, they are getting work done. They've found great cosmetologists like myself that know what they're doing, and they are learning the science of hair and really applying it, right? Again, I want you guys to go ahead and look at the videos in the description box in the playlist. The only reason that I even uploaded this video to show you guys is because on the community tab, when you guys voted for this video, it won. Because I have to be honest and say, I really didn't want to repost it, because when it was posted originally, it was full of negative comments. Not necessarily towards me, because I ain't do nothing, but yeah, this is how everything ended up, and I'm not sure how her hair turned out. We never cut it and got any of the damage gone, but I do remember that the few times I did her hair, every time we did it, the damage was worse. But beautiful woman, and as you can see, her hair is absolutely beautiful. Like, if you look above the damage, you can see. But I mean, it's good. Some people like the little spliffy ends. Girl, live your life, do your thing. 21, do your thing. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make a comment, leave a comment below, and please do not forget to subscribe to this video. Make sure you check all of the links in the description box below, so you can learn how to avoid different hair shaft disorders like these on the screen. When I'm making these videos, I'm not making these videos to be in competition with your favorite YouTuber. Absolutely not. I've been doing this for over a decade, but unfortunately now the things that I've been trying to prevent you guys from walking into have all begun to manifest themselves. So I'm going to give you guys the names of these hair shaft disorders and names of these different scalp and follicle disorders, so you can know how to combat them. Again, all of the playlists in the description box below, but if you want somebody to hold your hand through the entire process, then you can also join the 7-day challenge. But again, tonight we're going live, and I'm going to show you how to put all of these different things in perspective. So make sure you're there, and make sure that you do not come watching my videos if you are sensitive, because we're going to be straight no chaser. I need you to be ready to kill all of the things that you thought that you knew in the past and make room for new information that you've probably heard before, but we're at a place where you weren't ready to accept it. I need you to be in a place where you're ready to accept it, because hair shaft disorders cannot be reversed. So let's cut it at the source.